Welcome back to Battle for Arcos. This season will be part of our official Dark Uprising campaign, in which we're really excited to bring you the details of the struggle between order and chaos within Hive Arcos. There will be 4 gangs participating in this campaign: the Enforcers of House Escher, representing order, the Corpse Grinder Cult Lodge of the Damned, representing chaos, and the Unaligned Iron Skulls of House Goliath and the Fallen Angels of House Escher. As we do not have unlimited resources and are limited to 10 physical miniatures per crew, starting credits will be reduced to 750 to start the campaign. In addition, it may take several real-time weeks to equal a game week, so keep that in mind. We may also film some other games in between just to have a break. We'll be using several tools from Yak Tribe that you'll see throughout the weeks, so if you like any of those, feel free to check out the link in the description for more on what they have to offer. We also encourage your involvement in this campaign by participating in the comments below. And with that, Week 1 begins with the insurrection. House Escher is part of the Enforcers and aligned with Order. While Order is in ascendancy, they will have access to the following: Lord Helmar's Coffers, which allows them to reroll any dice when determining the amount of credits gained from the scenario, and Pax Imperium. If the gang is defending, they get to add +1 fighter to their crew than normally allowed. In territories, they have a Precinct Fortress, which is on a 3-up. They get to recruit a free Palanite Patrolman without having to spend any credits. The income for that territory is D6 times 10. They also have an Underhive Shrine, which on a roll of 6 per fighter would give that fighter an 6-up invulnerable save. So there is no AP that can take them down to where they don't have a save. It would always be a 6-up. For income on the Underhive Shrine, they get D3 times 10. They also have a Manufactorum level, and that just means that the gang may add up to 30 credits worth of weapons or war gear from their house equipment list and put that into their stash for free, and the income is worth D6 times 10. For Week 1, House Escher has earned 80 credits, and Rambo will be blessed for the first scenario. Alright, let's see how the Enforcers spent their credits. Leonidas is the newly appointed captain. Every Enforcer comes with a stub gun, armored undersuit, flak armor, and magnicals. In addition, Leonidas purchased dum-dum rounds and a shock stave, as well as a concussion carbine. The skill that he will carry is Got Your 6, which will essentially allow him a shooting turn in the event that he is charged. Rambo is a Palanite Patrolman, and he will be bringing an Enforcer bolt gun. Lucky is another Palanite Patrolman, and he will be bringing a sniper rifle and an infrasight. Ice is also a Palanite Patrolman, and he will be bringing an Enforcer bolt gun. And then there's Broadside, who is also a Palanite Patrolman, and he will be bringing an Enforcer shotgun. The crew has 145 credits left over and a gang rating of 685. Over for the Fallen Angels of House Escher, they are neutral alignment, and while Order is in ascendancy, they will have Hard as Nails, which is going to be +1 rep point for scenario reputation. They'll have no gods or masters, which means if the gang's leader participated in the scenario and did not go out of action, they gain D3 experience points in addition to normal XP. For territories, they will have a settlement, which means on a roll of a 3-up, the gang can add a juve without having to spend credits, and 25 points of equipment come with no cost. The income is D6 times 10. They also have a Hab level, which is a reputation. Roll a D6 and increase the gang's rep by the amount rolled. D6 times 10 is the income. And lastly, they have an Ash Gate, which means on a 4-up they can add a juve. The income on the Ash Gate is 2d6 times 10. For Week 1, they will gain 130 credits, and they also added 2 juves to their list. The Fallen Angels will be led by Viper, and each one of these ladies will have flak armor. Viper will have a shock whip, las gun, needle pistol, and she is taking the skill Dodge. Gangers will be Bella with a stiletto knife, las pistol, and plasma gun. Vixen with a stiletto knife, las gun, and plasma gun. Razor with a stiletto knife, las pistol, and las gun. And then Trix with a stiletto knife, las pistol, and las gun. Juves will be Sleek and Eclipse, both of those equipped with 2 las pistols each. And they will end with 120 credits and a gang rating of 760. As you can see, we weren't very creative with our Escher gang because we're not real sure how they play just yet. So feel free to let us know in the comments what you would spend your credits on.
Captain, we're dealing with a full-scale rebellion in Arcos. The taint of the corpse grinder cult has spread like the plague. Their infectious desire to eat raw corpse starch is turning them mad. This uprising has allowed many to take the streets and entire sectors as their own. That's where you come in, Captain. A split-off of House Escher, the Fallen Angels, is reported in control of Sector 8. Do not fail me as others in your position have. Go there and maintain order.
Alright, the Ascendancy effect is Crackdown, which just means in the end phase, the victorious fighter may capture 2 fighters instead of 1 if they do so, from those that have been taken out of action during the battle. Today we're going to be playing Show of Force. The Enforcers will be trying to eliminate the House Escher gang. The Escher gang just trying to get to the other side of the board to escape while taking out as many of the Enforcers as possible. Priority rolls going out now for turn 1 with the Enforcers up first. Rambo will be up first for the Enforcers, and he will target Trix with his Enforcer bolt gun, needing 6s due to full cover. He's going to roll and miss that shot wildly. Next up, we're going to go over to Sleek for House Escher. She is going to move at the double. Juice can move at 6 inches versus the normal 5. So she is going to move up just enough to be out of line of sight and put pressure down that right flank. Next up, Ice is going to activate the lift and use his second action to move forward. And then we're going to see Razor make a double move around the flank as well to cover Sleek. Did not have enough movement to get over those drums. Broadside for the Enforcers is going to activate, and he is going to notice what's coming on the flank, and he's going to start to move down the stairs to position himself over on that side. Next up, Trix is going to aim and fire, and she needs 5s, and she is going to miss, targeting Ice. Then we're going to see Leonidas activate. He is going to move twice down to the bottom of the stairs. And then Bella for House Escher is going to move twice as well, getting cover and staying out of line of sight here. And then Lucky is going to take 2 moves to get into a better position for next turn. The last 2 activations belong to the Fallen Angels, and their leader Viper will target Lucky, just needing 4s here, and she's going to miss that shot, flipping over to Vixen with her plasma gun at long range, targeting Rambo. She needs 6s here, and with rapid fire, she is actually going to land at 2 hits. Strength 5 against Toughness 3. This is going to be 3s to wound, so it is going to be 1 wound goes through, and he is blessed, so he's going to get a 6-up invuln save that fails. 2 damage rolled out, and he is out of action twice. So turn 1 concludes, which I thought it was going to be uneventful until Rambo found out he wasn't as blessed as he thought he was. Escher doing a good job moving up the side of the board, positioning themselves for the scenario to escape and take out fighters where they can. Very unfortunate for the Enforcers to go down a man that early. The bottle test will be important here, as this is a smaller fight, as these 2 gangs are just feeling each other out. They did pass the bottle test, and moving into turn 2, priority rolls are going out with the Enforcers up again. Lucky activates first for the Enforcers, and he is going to target Sleek with his sniper rifle. He needs 3s. He is going to aim, and he gets +1 at long range, but she is in partial cover. That shot will hit. An ammo check will need to be rolled out. It's good, and he will need 3s to wound, strength 4, toughness 3. And then she actually does not have flak armor. We didn't know you had to purchase that. We just thought they came with flak armor, but she does not have anything. So an injury dice will be rolled out for her. She goes down with a serious injury. A nearby cool check by Razor is passed. Flipping over, we're going to see Trix do a double move to get out of line of sight behind the wall here. Then we're going to see Ice make a double move. He is going to go down the ladder. Next up, Razor is going to make a double move, staying out of line of sight, but continuing to apply pressure along that right flank, trying to stretch the Enforcers out. Then we're going to see a double move by Broadside as he looks to try to reposition to that flank. Next up, we're going to see an aim and a fire coming from Viper, and she is going to target Lucky, just needing 3s here, and she is going to roll out a hit. The roll to wound, however, is going to fail, but Lucky will go down pinned. We follow that up with a double move by Leonidas, trying to occupy the middle of the board, and then we're going to flip back over to the Fallen Angels and see a crawl move by Sleek, just trying to get out of line of sight there. Next up, we're going to see a move and fire from Bella, and she is going to target Lucky on the ground. It is short range. She does need 4s due to cover. The shot, however, will miss. Lastly, we're going to see a double move from Vixen as she moves up to the doorway. And this will conclude turn 2. So we again saw a lot of movement in this turn as the Fallen Angels continue to apply pressure on the left flank, the right flank, and the middle, really forcing the Enforcers to spread out and cover all sides of the board with a limited number of fighters. I think you saw the Enforcers realize that they can't compete with House Escher at range with them getting +1 at 18 inches on these las guns, so some repositioning down from the top as well. Lucky was pinned, but not before he laid down a critical shot over to Sleek. We rolled an injury die for Sleek, and she is going out of action. Both gangs passed bottle tests, and priority rolls for turn 3 are going out now with House Escher up first. Viper will activate first for House Escher and use this opportunity to do a double move to take position in the middle of the board. We're then going to go over to Lucky, where he's going to use an action to stand up and then a second action to move back. We will then flip over to Bella, who will use an action to move up, and then she is going to target Ice with her plasma gun, needing 4s to hit. While the shot originally misses, the Escher player plays the Lucky Shot card, turning this into a hit, so Ice will go down pinned. We're then going to roll to wound, needing 3s, and there will be 2 wounds, and then armor saves will be taken at AP -1, needing 6s. Both of those fail, so 4 injury dice rolled out for Ice, and they are all serious injuries. We're then going to see Broadside make 2 moves as he is finally able to take position over on his left flank. Next up for Escher, we're going to see Vixen open up the doorway with 1 action and use a second action to move up next to that wall. And now the Enforcer player is going to play a tactics card called Bait and Switch, which allows them to switch a ready marker to another activated fighter, so Ice will give his over to Lucky. We will then see Trix move with a double move to get into the middle of the board, and then Lucky is going to activate, and he's going to move forward, and he's going to target Bella with a stub gun, getting the +2 for short range. That will turn into a hit, but it will fail to wound. She will go down pinned. Then we're going to see Razor make a move to get behind cover, and then we'll end with Leonidas making a double move, hoping to win priority for the next turn, because if he doesn't, there's going to be an Enforcer that goes out of action. So at the end of the turn, things are starting to heat up a little bit. We did see one of the Enforcers go down with a serious injury. Ice is in pretty serious trouble. The Enforcers trying to mitigate what they can. Quite frankly, they're just outnumbered in this particular fight, and they have been picked off at range, which has made things really difficult. Both gangs did pass bottle tests, so all good there. Ice will stay down with a serious injury, and priority rolls are now going out for the next turn with the Enforcers up first. And it's either save his friend or save himself. Leonidas charges into contact with Vixen. He is going to roll 4 dice, 3 from the shock stave and 1 from his stub gun, needing 3s to hit. All are going to hit but 1 on the shock stave. He then needs 3s on the yellow stave and 4s on the stub gun. That will turn into 3 wounds. 3 6-up saves are failed, and looks like injury dice are going to be 3 serious injuries. So Vixen will get the coup de grace from Leonidas. Bella will activate next. She will stand and then target Lucky with her plasma gun, needing 2s due to short range. She is going to get 3 hits with rapid fire. Rolling these out, they need 3s in order to cause wounds, so that is going to be 2 wounds that go through. AP -1 is 2 failed saves. He needed 6s on those, and we're going to see 4 injury dice rolled out. He is going to be out of action. Next up, the seriously injured Ice is going to make a crawl move, and then we're going to flip over to Trix, who uses an action to move, and she's going to target Captain Leonidas with her last gun, needing 3s due to being short range. She is going to get a hit. The captain will go down pinned. She will then need 4s to wound, and she gets that. Leonidas will fail his 5-up armor save, and he will end up taking a wound here. Next up, we're going to flip over to Broadside, who uses an action to hop over these barrels, and he's going to shoot his shotgun at Razor. It will use the scatter shot template, rolling out a 3 on a d6. So needing 5s here. Rolling these out doesn't get any, but the Enforcers are going to play their tactics card for Lucky Shot. So re-rolling these back out, they will get 1 wound that goes through. And armor save will be taken by Razor, needing a 4. That is going to fail, but she is going to roll an injury dice and only get a flesh wound. Viper will activate next for the Fallen Angels, moving at the double here to get behind some cover and also force pressure onto Broadside. And then we're going to see the last activation. Razor gets to her feet. She is going to fire at Broadside with her last gun. She is going to get a hit easily on that 5, easily wound on a 6. Broadside's going to have to take an armor save, and he is going to fail the armor save. Injury die will be rolled out. He is going down with a serious injury. And at the end of the round, the Enforcers have 2 of 3 of their fighters that are seriously injured. Both gangs will fail bottle test and will be testing at the start of the next turn. Ice will stay down with a serious injury. Broadside does roll back over with a flesh wound. However, the Enforcers use this opportunity to quit while they're ahead, and they are going to go ahead and elect to flee the battlefield. Ice was able to get up and escape, and there were no captives taken during this battle. And welcome to the postgame, where we dive into the results of Week 1 for House Escher and the Fallen Angels. The Fallen Angels will take a 5-4 victory today. They eliminated 2 House Escher fighters and forced 3 to flee the battlefield. They get 1 victory point for each of those. House Escher took out 2 Escher fighters worth 2 victory points each due to their proximity to other fighters. As stated previously, Ice was able to make it off the battlefield and no enemies were captured. The Enforcers will leave with 100 credits for their stash, and Escher will not benefit from any rep as they rolled a 1 on a d3 and bottled to cancel it out. For Enforcer injuries, Rambo will go into recovery. Lucky was found out cold, but will be okay. Over for the Fallen Angels, Sleek was also out cold. Vixen, while valiantly taking out Rambo, rolled 2 6s and had a memorable death at the hands of Captain Leonidas. Captain Leonidas will gain 1 additional XP. We hope you enjoyed this first installment of this season. This is our first campaign, so it's all new to us. Feel free to get involved in the comments to let us know what you would do. The next Necromunda Battle Report will be between the Iron Skulls of House Goliath and the Lodge of the Damned. See you next time.